G'day Frag, yep it is the P40. I haven't flown this one in months and months and months. It's pretty unfamiliar. I've sort of forgotten everything about how to manage everything, the radiator and so on. I'm airborne though, so that's a start. Haven't overheated it yet. G'day Ethan. I've been flying for about 5 minutes and so far everything's going okay except the radiator, some problem with the radiator. And there's a Yaki down there. What's he up to? Okay, what have we got here? It's probably... What is that? Probably going to overspeed the engine here. There's an aisle too. Let's pull out a bit. Losing all my altitude. Not good. What's that? Oh no. That sounds like a collision. Ah, damn. Alright, let's try one more. Alright guys, so I got this here P40 in the Aleutian Tiger colour paint scheme. 65% fuel, gun set to 180 meters, extra ammo, 50 caliber, and a mirror. Alright, so here's what I know so far. Mixture rich. And I'm trying to operate the radiator and it doesn't seem to work. Might actually leave it unless it starts overheating, in which case I'll go manual radiator. Skids, hey Froggy, hope you're doing well. Yes, I'm doing very well, thank you. RPM's in the green. Yeah, that's it. So we've got a yellow arc and then we've got two green demarcations or whatever. And yeah, it should be in between there. You can go up to the top of the yellow arc. You can actually, in combat, you can go up to the 45 inches of mercury manifold pressure. And the RPM, it's good to keep it in that green range there, up to 26.5. Just sort of familiarising myself more than anything. There's the two different temperature gauges there. And you got to tap the brakes before you take off as well. I'll do that now. Brakes released. Right, so the mixture's rich. I'll be honest with you, the last 2 times I've tried to take off, no, the last 3 times I've crashed on 2 occasions and I've taken off on 1, so I've really forgotten how to fly this plane. Oh good, we're up. Everything's gone better than expected so far. Taurus, this one has some kind of a creature on it. I think it's a tiger, a Aleutian tiger. Let's turn to the right. Temperatures are very cold, both of them, the oil and the water, whatever, both those temperatures. Coolant temperature. And probably, what's that one, maybe the cylinder head. It's a pretty slow plane. I think the only hope really is to do a kind of a localized boom and zoom. Having said that, in a dive it's very stable. It's got these 50 calibers with extra ammunition, so it does have its strong points, that's for sure. Was quite a snaky takeoff, wasn't it? RPM's good, and the manifold pressure can go higher, and the temperatures are good. I find this plane is probably, for me at least, the one that has the highest cockpit workload, managing the RPM and the manifold pressure in order to not break the engine. Have I turned the lights off? Yes, I have. So I'm basically going to climb out to the cloud base. I'm going to go to the enemy field warehouses straight ahead. Did you guys see the latest developer diary? It's pretty amazing. And as people have pointed out, it's going to all be released a lot of it's going to be released in September, like the update will come in September. As people have pointed out, we've got 20 days or something left of September, so in the next 2-3 weeks. What's that up there? Is it a yak? Yak or a MiG or something. How's the everything? Temperatures are very cold. RPM's good. And increase the manifold. How's our altitude? Getting up to that cloud base very slowly. Amazing. And on a slightly different developer blog topic, Cliffs of Dover Blitz to Brook, that's looking pretty good as well. Quite a few decent pictures coming, or screenshots coming out of the desert combat, and yeah, looking pretty nice. P38, yeah, it's going to be great. There ought to be quite a few differences in the Bodenplatte, in everything to do with Bodenplatte, from what we're what we're familiar with. For example, the radio communications are all going to be pretty awesome, I think. Like they're all going to be a whole bunch of new different accents and things like that. I think it's you don't really want to. No one's got a crystal ball. No one can see the future, but it's and so I'm not going to predict anything. But in my opinion, it's quite possible that Bodenplatte could be something of a blockbuster for the franchise of IL-2. Which is good, RPM good, manifold pressure good. Pretty much at the cloud base now. Reducing the mix just slightly. Be the thingo down there, warehouse. What was that? Was that another P40? Whatever he was flying pretty fast. What's he escaping from? Let's go and check him out. Could be a 109. Let's have a closer look. Yak. Awesome. But what happened last time I was over this factory, I dived on everything that was going on below. I zoomed in on one plane and it was an IL-2. I checked the next plane and it was a FW190, and then I opened up slightly on it and then the wing came off. I think there was a collision. I don't know what the plane was though. I might have got the wing shot off, but I don't think so. This is a pretty strong airframe. I think it was more likely a collision. if I did manage to shoot down a FW190 flying a P40, I'd be exceptionally happy. To be honest with you, I'm lucky if I can keep this thing in the air without overheating the engine. Oh well, I'm up for a challenge today. What's that? Another plane at the cloud base. I'll keep my eyes fixated on it. Hey, he's disappeared. Where is he? He's just gone into the cloud, hasn't he? We're over the factory. Ah, there he is again. See if I can ID him. About a hit. I got someone on my tail as well. Might have to dice it up. Right, there goes a yak. That was a blue on blue. He was definitely going for me, whatever he was. Ah, what an anticlimax. Yeah, I thought so. Alright, I'm gonna do one more flight in the P40 and then that's it. Hey guys, I think we got a technical difficulty. There we go. I don't know what happened there, but looks like we're back. Alright, this is going to be the last flight. Hopefully do better than that. But to be honest with you, that's pretty standard in this plane. For me, at least. Lost an FW today due to blacking out, pulling out of a dive. Let's increase the mixture. Turn off the brake. Battle of the Bulge will be awesome. Is the Bowden Platte map going to cover the Battle of the Bulge? If so, that's awesome. If that's what you're referring to. Due to blacking out in the dive, trim controls won't save you if you're not conscious using. Yeah, that's true. Central starting a squadron. Alright, I'm going to go for some flap. Ah man, I'm so rusty in this plane. Tempted to just stick to my old tactics of hugging the deck, but that's not going to work in this plane really. No, that was a really bad last flight, but the good news in that flight is that I didn't cook the engine. That's actually one good thing. You can do it in like less than a minute. And it's not even from overheating, it's just from running it at too high RPM or too high manifold pressure. Get out of my way. Get out of my way. Let's try and rotate it out now. Yes. Alright, okay, I think we are tentatively safely in the air. Big pause button. Yeah, I saw that. I'm watching on my mobile phone. I saw that as well. I don't know why I did that, but anyways, here we are. Alright, we're going to do a bit of a shallow climb and head back to that same spot. Probably have better pickings over the Allied field warehouses to the south because there's going to be Axis bombers there. Maybe I should head down there instead. That might be an idea. Alright, change of plan. I'm going to head to the Allied, field warehouse. That's what Bodenplatte means in German, the Battle of the Bulge. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I think that it means... What is Bodenplatte? Isn't Bodenplatte a mythical warrior king or something like that? Okay, we got another explanation here. Bodenplatte means base plate and was the last major Luftwaffe operation World War II. Base plate. Well, I guess that kind of almost transliterates, doesn't it? Bodenplatte, base plate. Well, I was fairly far off there, wasn't I? Thinking of something else. Everything. RPM's good, manifold pressure's good, temperatures are fine. I used to have to manage the radiator and now there's no requirement for that. It's probable that I could go faster if I switched to manual radiator, but I'm not really going to attempt to do that. I really hate messing around with the radiator in this plane. Boilerplate. Okay, the frag's got another explanation there. I feel like I should be either way high or hugging the deck. I'm sort of in no man's land right here. It's probably the worst place to be, actually. Right, let's chuck a right. Well, yeah, I don't want to preemptively. I don't want to give any kind of too much of a prediction, but I'm going to put it out there that it's quite possible. It's quite possible that Bodenplatte's going to be a smash hit for the IL-2 franchise, like nothing ever before. Not necessarily saying that that's going to happen, but I believe it is a distinct possibility. It's really plausible that this video game will be a smash hit. They say that combat flight sims are a niche, and I don't know. I'm not sure. I think it's got a lot of mainstream appeal if it's done right, and I think Bodenplatte might be containing the right ingredients for that to happen. Who knows, right? I guess we'll find out soon enough. Man, I'm so slow. I feel like a sitting duck in this plane. Oh, no, no, I was thinking of Barbarossa. Now, surely Barbarossa was some kind of a mythical warrior king. Barbarossa, Bodenplatte, similar, I guess. Sounding, similar sound, but totally different. So we're on the tank crew map, the tank crew clash at Prokhorovka, which is sort of in the Kursk region, the region of the biggest tank battle in history, I believe. And I should have some field warehouses just down here, and they should be Allied field warehouses, which means they'll be getting attacked by Axis bombers, no doubt, and that's them down there. No sign of bombers yet. It's entirely possible that I could just easily get jumped, but that's the risk you got to take flying the P40. There it is there. Red be ain't nothing going on at this location, is it? Quick check of the instruments. Yeah, it's all looking. Tank. Right, that's assuming it's the tanks where I am. I'll just keep heading this way and I'll find some 109s. We also have tanks in the north, so could be any. Often when people say tanks, they don't necessarily specify. Am I high enough right here? Might just go a little bit high. Just get just under the cloud base. It's the other thing with this plane, it's so slow to climb, relatively speaking. Climbing is a bit of an investment. You spend so long just taking off and getting to altitude, and then you can get shot down in the blink of an eye. Alright, he's talking about the tanks in the north, not these ones. Well, let's look at that as a relief. At least I won't get shot down too soon. Yeah, I'll definitely look forward to flying the length and the breadth of the Bodenplatte map. I think it's going to be the biggest one ever, bigger than Kuban. I don't know that for a fact. Anyways, Kuban contains a lot. It's a huge map, but it contains a lot of ocean. So a good I don't know, 3/5 of the Kuban map is just ocean. Whereas I think the Bodenplatte map is mostly the continent. Alright, let's consult the map and let's head to a target. I'm going to head to the field warehouse straight. Actually, no, I was there and there was nothing going on. I'm going to turn around and go to the southern warehouse. And maybe along the way we'll encounter some adventure. RPM good, manifold pressure's low, temperature's... So what I used to do as soon as I saw combat is I went 100% RPM and I went 45 manifold, and I just basically stayed there until the end of the combat. And what's my propeller RPM right now? I think it's at 72, which is fine. If I try and cruise at 100, I'll break the engine. Yeah, mostly I think no links at all in the chat, and not always links going to work outside of the chat as well. Best bet is to say I have a such and such. If you search for such and such words in Google, it comes up, or on YouTube or what have you. Alright, where I'm headed has just disappeared. So if it's just disappeared, that means it's just been destroyed, so there could still be enemy aircraft in the vicinity. Look for gunfire down low, I guess. Been flying for quite a while. The danger now is that potentially going to get low on fuel and not be able to make it back to base. I'm going to head to the enemy's tanks and to the Allied field warehouse. I can see the tanks, they're on the road down there. Most of them seem to be smoking, so they've been hit quite a bit. enemy tanks down there. Most of them seem to be well and truly on fire. Alright, heading back to the field warehouses, which are allied, so I could get Axis bombers. They're deserted before there's no action at all. It's a yak. At least I spotted him on my tail, right? Alright guys, what I'm going to do is head to the field warehouse, which I can see it there, and then probably nothing there. Then I'm going to keep heading north, hopefully bump into some fight. Oh 09, 06. Cool. The enemy tanks got this. They did look like they were on their last legs. They were all smoking. What's that? What's that? Did I see something? Yes. It's a yak. Well, guys, honestly, I'm actually quite my goals are pretty kind of low. I'm actually glad that I managed to take off, since I haven't flown this plane in months and months, and I'm glad that I haven't cooked the engine so far. All I need now is some combat and to shoot down a 190 or a 109. Or a bomber, maybe a Ju-88. Or a 110. Got an enemy field warehouse up here. What is that? Is it just a rain droplet? No, there's something there. What is that? That's 2 aircraft. They look like 109s. Too far away to tell exactly what they are. Let's just mosey on over. Try not to lose them. Clearly, if they are 109s, I'll shoot them both down. They're moving pretty fast. I think they're 109s. Gee, they're hard to keep track of. Where are they going? Can barely see them. Yeah, those are 109. I'll scare them. Otherwise they'll just fly away. I'll never catch them. Much faster. That's it, got him turning. Now it's showtime. Oh no, the engine's cut out. Did I just shoot down a 109? I think I did. Was that my wing? That was my aileron. Alright, let's put this baby. You thought one would drop back onto my 6. Yeah, I thought so too. I believe I might have got one of them in a high deflection ascending shot. We'll see, I guess. The thing is, I don't know if I got the last shot on him or whatever. Let's have a look. Victories. Oh, damn. I don't know. That was kind of. I reckon I got some pretty decent hits on one of them. Ah, there we go. See what I mean? It's come up a little bit delayed, but which one was it? All right, I got one of them. All right, that's going to do it. I'm pretty happy with that. I managed to destroy a 109 with the P40. Man, it's touch and go with the P40. It's very sort of difficult to fly. All right, guys. Well, thanks for bearing with me during this somewhat kind of a bit like when it rains it pours, like it's sort of a drought of activity. It's like you're in a desert and then suddenly you're in an oasis of combat, and then you're dead. But I got one kill, so yeah. All right, guys, the usual like, subscribe, share. Check out my website. I've just written another article on an interesting plane, one of my favourite planes. Have a look at that. It's froggyfrog9000.com. And I'll most probably catch you tomorrow for another live stream. Thanks, everyone that participated in the chat. Really appreciate it. And hope to see you tomorrow. Cheers. Bye for now.